Okay, technical difficulties fixed. Alright, so casting, this is our first. So we noticed that the fly pole is way too big for this room. So for this purpose, I'm going to take that off and just hold it like this. Now, fly pole, you just pull back and then you just throw forward, and it's kind of like you would a whip. You let the string do all the work, and this right here, this line, this leader is very helpful because it floats on top of the water and you can see it. And then down there is where the tapered line is. And then okay, you hold the rod out in front of you and make sure that there are no tangles in your line. You bring the fly rod tip back so that a small segment of the line hangs loose behind your casting shoulder. My casting shoulder is over here. And so I would hold it back, make sure there's a little bit of line, so then whenever I threw the tip over here, because this tip is a little bit heavier than the rest of this, it will actually go with the line, and it will feed itself. And then so you just gradually do that, so then it feeds itself out, and the weight of it pulls it. Yeah, and so then you have a longer line. And you stop when the rod tip is still pointing slightly upward, and watch the loop unroll. And that is how you cast. And sorry I can't show you in here, but we have short ceilings. That's what they tell us, short ceilings. Alright, and then our next slide. Let me fly fishing gear. I found most of my fly fishing items at a garage sale. So you can find fly fishing stuff at Walmart or any other store that sells fly fishing supplies. Knowing if you're fly fishing for top water or bottom water is key to picking out the right fly. Some flies sink and others stay afloat. I try to think of what the fish looks like to figure out if it is a bottom feeder or a top feeder. And I think about its mouth, and if it's like a catfish and its mouth is on the bottom, then it's probably going to eat from the bottom. And I'm going to use some kind of sinking lure to get it to go over the lure, so then it will suck it up. Or if it's like a panfish, like a bluegill, you can, or a crappie, you can use top water. Normally, you want to use something that just is small, like a little. I normally use a spider, and it has legs that go out, and it's pretty awesome. The fly rod, I tell you to go to Bass Pro and try out the lengths and find the material of the rod that fits you best and suits you. It's not only what suits you, but what suits the environment, what you are going to get. You have to have a license to fish. You normally need a license to fish, so just be environmentally conscious when you're fishing to go get your license, so then you're not going fishing at underpopulated places, taking fish that are not yours, and get in trouble for it. Fly fishing line is not your normal line, and there's about 30 feet of this orange line, and it's the leader, and it's awesome because it actually floats on top of the water, and it's way different from the tapered line. The tapered line is what you normally have on a fly pole or on a regular pole. It's a thinner line that can be tied to your flies, and this allows you to have more length whenever you're casting, so then the fish does not see this orange leader, and it allows it to work a lot better. And it's awesome because that orange leader, they will run away from that is for sure. And yeah, and next slide. Set this back down, and let me grab my flies. I have all different kinds of flies. I have actually I have like a rat fly. It's about the size of a rat. So you can catch something big on that or something small like this. It's just itsy bitsy. You can barely even see it. It fits in the, it's about the size of my quarter size of my pinky. It's tiny. And those are very helpful flies. I'll pass those around so that you guys can look at those. And these spider ones, these are the ones that I actually use for my fishing. I normally cut off the tail of them because they're a little bit long, but I definitely use those. And so location, you can really fly fish anywhere. It allows you enough room to cast. The only thing that you have to be mindful of is that the flexibility of your rod and the game that you're fishing for, because if the fish is too big, then you might snap your rod or break your tapered line. As I said earlier, I used to fish in a pond with bluegill, and it was a neighborhood pond, and it was so great. These bluegill would fight like you were pulling a huge fish, but this fish would only be this long. And it was the funnest fish because it was so tiny and you could eat them. They're extremely good. And do you guys have any questions? Is there any questions about fly fishing or coping? No? Very good. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you for taking your time and coming to see this project that I've been working on. And I'm thankful that I have you guys as friends.
Likewise.
All right. Thank you.